Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah, and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Today's video is going to be my May reading wrap-up, and I read 10 books in the month of May, and 9 of them were 5 stars, which is amazing. I cannot believe it. That is such a good reading month. And the other one was unfortunately not very good, but I can't believe I gave 9 books 5 stars in one single month. That is crazy. So I'm going to be sharing with you all the books I read in May, what they're about, my thoughts, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so these are in no particular order. I'm going to try and go with how I read them, but they're not going to be exactly like that, and I know it. So just bear with me. If you want to know the dates I read them, check my Goodreads. And if you want more in-depth details, check out some of my reading vlogs, because I do have reading vlogs for a few of these books. So let's just get started. The first book I read is Loving Romeo by Laura Pavlov. I adored this book. I actually started it at the end of April, but I did not finish it until May. I love this book. This is one of the ones I gave 5 stars. Just assume I gave all the books 5 stars, unless it's that book. I will specify which book. I did not give 5 stars in when I rated it. This one is an enemies to lovers, a boxing romance. It's also like kind of neighbors, like her shop, and she lives in her shop is like next door to his gym, and it's small town. It's just so good, and it's the first book in the Magnolia Fall series. It was also my first book I've ever read by Laura, and I adored it and her writing. I can't wait to read more from her. I really want to continue this series. Unfortunately, I haven't heard the best things about book 2, but that's not what this video is about. So, Loving Romeo, so good. Highly recommend. And yeah. I also read Reckless by Elsie Silver. This is the 4th book in the Chestnut Spring series. It is surprise, accidental pregnancy, secret baby, one night stand, friends to lovers, like enemies at the beginning. Anyways, it is just so good. Theo and Winter are amazing. I'm having the hardest time deciding if I like this book or like Powerless, or like what my ranking is for the Chestnut Springs. I know Heartless is my favorite, and I know Flawless is my least favorite, but Reckless and Powerless, I keep mixing them up, which one's second and which one's third. I'll have to pick and decide on a definite ranking once I finish the series. But I still have one more book to go, and I'm kind of sad that it's going to be over, but that is that. And Theo is just the most amazing guy ever. There is drama with her ex-husband, and there's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. So that one is super good. Elsie Silver's writing is always good. I also read The Brightest Side of Sunshine by Lucina Coney. This one is a little long. It's over 400 pages, but I actually enjoyed that it was longer. I love the extra scenes people got. Yes, it could have been cut down a little bit, but I didn't mind. This is actually one of my new all-time favorite romance books. I adored this. It is super emotional. It is a contemporary emotional romance. Definitely check your trigger warnings before diving into this one. It deals with a lot of trauma and unfortunate, more emotional, darker situations. It follows our main male character. He is a tattoo artist. She walks into his shop one day because she wants to get a tattoo, but she chickens out. And so they meet again when he picks his sister up from dance class, and she is the dance teacher. So they instantly become friends, but they can't get together because he doesn't want to have to do that, because he might have to take custody of his sister, because unfortunately his sister's mom is battling an addiction with alcohol, and is just is really unfortunate and has a hard time raising a child. So he feels like he might have to step in and take full custody, because his sister's dad is a douchebag. He is a horrible guy. And so he doesn't want to like start a relationship, because it's like a lot to put on this woman, because she's also like quite a bit younger, and he doesn't want to have to do that to her. And also, if they break up and like she has to leave or something, he doesn't want to do that to his sister, because he doesn't want someone else to like leave her, and like, because she already feels like her parents don't love her, and so he doesn't want anyone else to come in just yet and jeopardize anything. So I understand, but at the same time, they're soulmates, and their friendship is so beautiful, and they're just so good together and always there for each other. His sister always like loved her from the start. Like as her dance teacher, she was like obsessed with her, and they got along right from the get-go. So that's nice. And she does, the main female character, in her past, she's dealt with some SA. So she has that, and she has like a hard time trusting men. But the best part is he is always there for her. Like, she will call him anytime, and he will be there. I love it. And her dads are hilarious. One of my favorite parts of the book is when they go visit her dads. I just love them so much. They are hilarious. You definitely need to pick up this book. And it is her debut novel, and it was fantastic. The next book I read is Twisted by Emily McIntyre, which is book 4 in the Never After series, which is a series of dark fairy tale reimaginings. I loved book 1 and 3 in this one, which is book 4. Book 2 was not for me, unfortunately. I know it's a lot of people's favorite, but I was not vibing with that book. But I love Emily's writing, and this one is an Aladdin reimagining. So it's fake marriage, age gap, enemies to lovers, kind of like crime family, like definitely crime vibes. Her father owns like this diamond company, and that's like not totally above the table. And our MMC works for her father, and her father is very sick. So when he dies, he was hoping to marry the daughter before the dad died. So like the dad would trust him even more than he already does, because he's like his right-hand man. And so then he would kill the daughter and take over the company. So yeah, very dark. And there's a lot of dark things. There's like blackmail. There's like kidnapping. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on. Very dark, quite spicy, very slow burn, but very, very good. And I highly recommend it. I also read the second book in the Divergent series, which is Insurgent by Veronica Roth. It is YA dystopian sci-fi. I adored this book. I don't want to say too much about this one because it is the second book and you do have to read them in order. So I'm just going to leave it at this one was really good. Unfortunately, Triss and Four throughout the middle of the book were like not getting along and keeping secrets from each other and finding out about the secrets the other was keeping, getting mad at the other for keeping the secrets. You know how that stuff works. Unfortunately, that was hard, but I still gave it 5 stars. I love that book. It had so much drama and plot twists at the end. Like, oh my gosh, so many plot twists. I cannot wait to read book 3. Another book I read is Behind the Camera by Chelsea Curto. This is a sports single dad nanny romance. She is like the coach's goddaughter, and she agrees to nanny for him. And the rule is, like, if you're both working on the team, you cannot date. And she just became the team's, like, photographer. But, of course, they fall in love. And the kid is adorable in this. And their relationship is so good together. All 3 of them are, like, the cutest family ever. And I believe I have a reading vlog where I read this book. So definitely go check out my reading vlogs on my channel if you want to see some of these books talked about in more detail. But I love this one so much. And of course it's like secret relationship because they were together, but like her godfather couldn't know and all that kind of stuff. So I really enjoyed that one. I read was an arc of The Write-Off by K.M. Gillis. This book is actually live out in the world right now. So I definitely recommend going and picking it up. Give it 5 stars. Loved it. It's basically like she is a writer. He is an editor. She wants to get her debut novel published. And he is the editor at the publishing house. And it's just so good. So cute. Their banter is everything. Like top tier banter. And there are just some like laugh out loud moments. This is like a cute rom-com. And I love it. But it also does have some like more emotional, deeper scenes to it. It's very well written, and I have not read the other books that this author has published. This was book 3 in an interconnected standalone series. I think it was book 3, but I really enjoyed it, and I do plan to go back and read the others. I would be very interested in doing that and reading more of her future work. So I really enjoyed that one. Definitely go check it out. And I cannot say enough good things about this one. And I have a review on Goodreads. If I'm forgetting to say anything, definitely go check that out. My Goodreads is always linked down below in the description box. Next one I read is Ignite by Melanie Harlow. I adored this book. This is the 6th book in the Cloverleaf Farm series, like the first book that's like the next gen. This follows the youngest daughter, Winnie, from the first book in that series, Irresistible, which I've already read and adored. And this one is also single dad. He's a single dad to 2 girls. It's neighbor, it's firefighter. It is hot as hell. I adored this book. They are so good together. And they have like a friends with benefits type of thing. And of course, she falls for him. He falls for her. And it's just so good. Such a good time. And his daughters are the sweetest, cutest things in the world. They are 5 and 8 years old, I think. And it is so cute. They move in just next door to her. And it's so good. Like, he is divorced, but their mom is still like in the picture. They still see their mom. It's also a small town. It takes place in Cloverleaf Farms. And he gives this whole big movie-worthy speech to get her back. And it's just so good. So good. Another book I read is The Undying King by Grace Raven. This is the one I gave 2.5 stars. I did not love this one, as you can probably tell by my rating. This one is a fantasy romance novella. It's a little long for a novella. It's like 182 pages. I did not really like this. I did not like the writing in this one, even though I've read Radiance by Grace Raven, which is over there. I did not like this one that much. It was too descriptive writing, boring, not much happened until near the end, and it was just, I feel like the first half, nothing happened, and the last half, everything was rushed. There were some unimportant details that I feel like could have been left out, and there were some things I feel like we were missing. It just was a miss for me. I would not recommend this book, unfortunately. And the last book I read in the month of May was Hearts of Fortune by E. Wynn. I love this book so much. It is not like an all-time favorite, but I did give it 5 stars. This is the first book in the Heirs of Cape Canyon series, I believe is what it's called. It is like book 1. It ends on a cliffhanger. It is Why Choose, Billionaire, Step Brothers, darker romance. So it's a dark romance with a touch of suspense. Basically, her mom marries this super rich guy. He has 3 sons, and she likes the sons. They like her. It's spicy. Very, very spicy, and I ate it up. I loved every second of this book. There were some mistakes I could find, like grammatical mistakes, use of the wrong word, missing words. Not too many, so I'm not trying to scare you here. But it was so good, and I cannot wait for book 2. I don't think there's any word as to when book 2 is coming out, which makes me kind of upset because I need these characters. I need their story to be complete. I need their HEA. But I adored this book, so I definitely recommend picking it up. And those are all the books I read in the month of May. As you can tell, I had a really good reading month, and I hope that transfers on over into June. I'm filming this on June 1st, and I have not even started a book yet for this month, but I'm hoping I read some good books this month. And if you read any of these books, let me know your thoughts or if you plan to read them. And if you made it this far, please leave me a red emoji, any red emoji you feel like. And before you go, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the post notifications, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.